Hey student, do you sometimes just want to burn your textbooks because you spend so much time studying, but your study efforts aren't always paying off? Then this is for you. Do you want to study a lot better, a lot faster, and get higher grades? Then I'm here to tell you that that is perfectly possible. If you find it hard to believe, just think about this. Does it often happen that you're studying, you're taking notes, and then you go on to study the next thing, but then you realize that you didn't fully understand what you studied the first time, so you have to go back and study it again? 2, does it often happen that you take your notes, you're studying something, but then after just days or maybe even just hours after you studied it, you forget it and you need to go back to study it again? And 3 is, does it often happen that you read the wrong parts of the text, or you even studied entire sections of the material that just turn out to be irrelevant? Now, if only one of these 3 problems apply to you, then you have no idea how super easy it is for you to dramatically improve your learning speed and your grades. Probably you're studying like this. You're reading, you're taking notes, and then you go on, but then you have to go back because you didn't understand. And then you go, you take new notes, and then you forget those notes. You have to go back and study these again. And then, this is how it continues. And then you take your test, and your grades aren't what you want them to be, and you also wasted a lot of time. My name is Christian Henny, and over the past 5 years, I've helped over 200,000 students all around the world to study better and faster. Top schools and universities all around the world invite me to train and help their students so they can finally study in the perfect way. My personal academic history was a drama. My parents did everything they could just to get me through this high school system, but when I reached university, I completely failed. After 2 years of studying, I just passed 50% of my first year courses. It was a nightmare. I felt super bad about myself. My college debt was growing and growing and growing. My resume wasn't looking any good, and I was just super afraid that I had to quit and look for a job without a diploma and with a lot of debt. Now, fortunately, I didn't give up, because in my 3rd year, at the age of 21, I finally did something that changed everything. In my 3rd year, I passed almost 2 years in one with super high grades. Sometimes I even had the best grades in class. I was always happy when I passed the test, but now everybody was asking me the questions. Anyway, I quickly finished my university and my mission was born: to help students just like you. Because I can tell you this, students spend 5,000 to 7,000 hours studying in their life, and they just do something. But if there's one thing that defines your grades, how well you study, but also your learning speed, it's exactly how well you do this: study and learn and take notes. Now, students just use their old bad habits that they gathered over the years. But there are exactly these habits that make or break your academic success, and thereby the start of your career. So, what can you do? Well, the first thing that you should do is really deeply and properly understand how to study. Because if you really understand it, it is not hard to stop eating soup with a fork. But the second thing that you must do is really apply these basic and simple to use tips and skills every single time that you're reading, you're learning, and you're taking notes. But if you do so, if you manage to apply these simple tips and tricks all the time, I promise you that your learning speed will just skyrocket. After each session, you feel great because you know that everything is stuck in your brain and your grades will go through the roof. Guaranteed. Now, to help you do this, I founded StudySmartWithChris.com, which is an online platform that contains a workshop where I explain in short and crisp videos exactly how you can apply all the best methods, systems, and strategies. But as I said, you also need to apply these methods every time. So that's why I built a super unique but super comprehensive study tool. You can use this study tool each time you have to study a textbook like this, or an article, or a syllabus, or you're in class taking notes, or anything else. It's a very simple to use system, and it looks like an online notebook, and you just fill up your notes, but the system guarantees that each time you study, you apply the best methods and the best skills all the time. Now, I promise you that when you start using the system, you will learn faster and better than ever, and your grades will be the highest that you can get. The system is so good that even the University of Oxford, which is one of the 3 best universities in the world, is actively promoting the system to their students. The system will measure and assure your concentration. Your breaks will get planned for optimal performance. Your reviews will get planned because we know exactly how well you remember all your notes in each chapter. We plan your reviews based on the forgetting graph of Professor Ebbinghaus, so we can assure that you know everything 100% on the day of your test. You can make flashcards, notes and mind maps, but only in the perfect way. You'll constantly keep the complete overview over your notes and materials. You can play with your notes to familiarize yourself with them. You can review them until everything is fresh in your brain. And you can even test yourself to see if you're ready for the real test. And you'll get an actual test score. Now, I receive the most amazing stories from students every single day. They tell me that they feel finally in control and confident about their studying and their grades. But they also tell me that they get their grades they want or need to get into new schools, new universities and new colleges. But everybody agrees that they're just saving so much time by the use of this system. So, if you're a student and you ever find yourself studying just like this, and you're serious about your future and you don't want to waste another day, then I invite you to go to the website, sign up and experience how this system is helping you every single second to study in the perfect way. It's going to save you so much time that you can spend on doing fun things, doing jobs, going on holidays, and you'll just feel great about yourself because your grades are better than ever. Now this transition, yes, it costs a bit of money, but it's cheaper than a movie ticket, a pizza or a few drinks or coffees, and it's gonna make all the difference in your life. So click on this link or button, sign up, and I'll see you on the inside so we can start boosting your grades.